A redshirt freshman may be in line to start on the offensive line. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, this is an extra edition post-practice of the Locked On Ole Miss podcast.
You are Locked On Ole Miss, your daily podcast on the Ole Miss Rebels. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
All right, welcome to this extra post-practice edition of the Locked On Ole Miss podcast. Today, I kind of went into it as like a Friday. I know the mock game is tomorrow and everything. They're practicing their game day operation stuff, and they're even doing it on Friday night. They're going to have their meetings in the hotel and stuff like that, and they're going to handle all of that before the mock game tomorrow, just to get everybody on the same page. Believe me, you may think it's silly, but it's kind of important. And in the game, the thing that's going to matter is going to be, well, obviously execution, but it's everything but the plays. The most important thing will be the stuff that happens other than the plays. And it should be a lot of fun. And today was basically going to be a throwaway press conference, and we got a little bit of nugget of information, and we'll tell you about that in just a second. Right now, are you one of the people who thinks it's okay to drive stoned? What's the worst that can happen? You end up driving below the speed limit? It's no big deal, right? Wrong. The truth is your reaction times slow way down when you're high. You not only put yourself in danger, but everyone else around you. Talk about a buzzkill. Stop kidding yourself. It's not okay to drive high. If you've been using marijuana in any form, do not get behind the wheel. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. All right, thanks for making the Locked On Ole Miss podcast your first listen every day. We are free and available wherever you get your podcast, including YouTube. So subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the bell for notifications when we release a new video, which happens quite frequently. And, of course, upvote the video itself. Thank you very much. And so we were talking about the little piece of nugget of information that we got in this press conference, because basically a Friday press conference, the way they do practice and everything goes, is kind of a haze in the barn moment. You won't have a Friday press conference ever again with this team. It's going to look completely different. But we got a little bit of nugget of information. And that is, it sounds like Jaden Williams is in position to start. Caleb Warren basically confirmed that. His question was about Jaden Williams starting. He did not back off at all. So it sounds like Jaden has been playing that position for a couple of weeks and is kind of entrenched. I got to give David Johnson from the 247 site credit. He has been on this since the beginning. He's been the first person that I heard and read that was talking about this Jaden Williams thing, other than Bradley Sowell back in the spring. But in this situation on the offensive line, Jaden Williams, David Johnson definitely deserves the kudos for this story. But I think he is going to start. The other stories out of it is, Kiffin is still mum on quarterbacks. We're still waiting on that official announcements. We have assumptions. We have guesses, but we don't have the official thing. And he's going to wait until, basically game day. That's just the way he operates. He did say and answered a question about whether or not he wanted to play two quarterbacks in the first game, and he is acting like he doesn't, which tells me, like I said, I could be totally wrong on this, but it tells me that he knows who is going to play. He doesn't want to stir up and start something crazy because he knows who is going to play in the game. So we'll see exactly how that goes. Anyway, Malik Heath was the other person, and he talked about the most important thing for him at Ole Miss this year is focus. If he is focused in, he can take care of all of his assignments, take care of his family, and get everything to a level that he expects it to be at. All in all, it was kind of a throwaway post-practice, but that little nugget of information about Jaden Williams, we are kind of taking that to the bank right now and everything. Anyway, tomorrow morning, as you can see below, weekend preview with Biscuits and SEC. I'm about to record that probably in about an hour from now. So we'll recruit that. It'll be 30, 45 minutes. It'll be nice and short for week 0. But we're going to talk about Vandy in Hawaii. We're going to talk about Allen Green being let go. stuff like that, and the Vandy Hawaii game, preview that game as well. So should be a lot of fun. But that's Biscuits and SEC, and if you're not a subscriber to their newsletter, I recommend doing that because those guys do good work. So anyway, without further ado, let's hear from the players and Lane Kiffin. Here's Lane Kiffin, Jaden Williams, and Malik Heath right here on Locked On Ole Miss.
Well, that's probably you guys have never been to Fast Fridays, probably why. So that's actually what we do before a game, where it is really short, which probably is surprising for a lot of old school people. We go full speed the day before the game. We actually walk through on Thursday, so it's a build-up process of their muscles and Olympic format of training. So that's why you see that. It's a really fast, really organized Friday.
I say as a front five, we've gotten a lot better as the weeks have gone on. We've really progressed really well as a unit, and kind of that shuffling around stuff. That's just for getting ready for any kind of situation that the season may throw upon us. So we're always ready.
It was pretty hard at first, and then as I started learning the concepts and stuff, it started getting easier and easier. I'm just glad to be here.
No, I think both guys have played better. Feel really good, which is the first time I've probably said that about both guys. Where they're at and how well they're doing. So we got a really good situation.
My confidence level in him is just as high as I have any other guy that's up there. He's playing really, really well right now, and he's putting some good stuff on tape. And I'm excited for him. He's done a really great job and taking care of his business, and he's earned it.
I think it progressed very easy, cause I think we just want to win and be like everybody just want to win and be great. So I guess pretty easy.
Well, did you see our staff baseball before? This was preseason because I got rocked there in the first inning for like 6 runs, but I was just letting the defense, hit some home runs because it's preseason. So stats don't count, just like these ones tomorrow. So, we basically create a Troy team, really of like service type guys for the most part, and we play as close to a game as we can. So the stats won't mean anything because they're always very lopsided. We actually usually have to create some first downs to keep some drives alive to make the defense play more than 3 and out. So the whole thing is just trying to create, we say practice like you play, so we do just like today. This is Friday, and we'll go over even for meetings at the hotel tomorrow, and which is always critical, but especially when half your players are new, it feels like, and haven't done this with you, and I think we do a lot of things different.
100%. We have we have numerous guys who can play several positions, and that's huge for us, especially the way last year went, having guys who can play multiple positions. It's just really great to have the depth that we have this year.
Oh, man, I just play receiver. I just run routes for him, man. So I think Kiffin gonna put the best quarterback out there to help us win ball games. Like both of them do different things, so both of them they still compete.
Not necessarily. That would have been our second year. So we actually were on a run until Matt's returning year of something like the last 7 years of being at places, 6 new quarterbacks each year and not having returners. So, one thing over the years, I've probably slowed down in the decision making of it because, we can be wrong. They're wrong in the NFL. They take people in the top 10 picks and, don't pan out. So it's a hard position to evaluate. And so just try to go as slow as we can and get the most information as we can before we rush into a decision.
He's going to be huge for us, I think, with his game experience and stuff like that. Being able to move in and play guard and tackle for us, I think can be really huge.
Me just staying focused, just staying focused and locked in onto the ultimate goal, and winning the championship and providing for my family, So just me staying focused.
I mean, you guys know I don't anticipate a lot. I live in the moment a day. So, I don't anticipate that, but I wouldn't say that wouldn't happen. I don't really worry about that like we tell players. That's outcome. Process is, having a good Fast Friday, and then tomorrow I'll be scrimmaging really well and get them to play well.